This person says, unions are garbage. They're too entitled and cause job loss. And I disagree. I don't think that unions are garbage. They definitely don't cause job loss. The entitled part, I will give you. My interactions with the unions when I was a manager and had union workers working underneath me was a mixed bag. Okay, I'll give you one example. I was working for a company that was doing almost exclusively new home building landscaping. I was a landscape contractor, for those of you who don't know. And the company I was working for at the time did almost nothing but landscaping for new home builders. A new home builder goes in and buys a parcel of farmland, and they say, we're going to slap 800 houses up here in a new subdivision. And we're going to offer 5 different models, and they have a little model park where you can go through and see the homes, and then you pick a lot and they build your model. And each one of those little individual packages came with its own little landscape package, and then we would get contracted to do the whole fucking thing. And so it would be a 6-7 year project where every time they built a house, you got another contract. Anyway, 2008 changed everything. The housing market cratered, and there was a massive recession. And the company I was working for went from about a $12.5 to $13 million a year company to about a $5.5 to $6 million a year company overnight. Overnight, we lost half of our revenue. So we had to skinny way back on our staff. And so not everybody that was working for us the year before got called to return. And then the union was getting upset because we weren't bringing all of our workers back. And so I remember one particular meeting. It was about one of my job sites, and I had 2 operators on Bobcats on this job site. So the guys that worked for us were local 150. The foremen were 150. The guys in the Bobcats were 150. And the year before, I had 2 operators on this job site, and I only brought 1 back because I had less than half the work. And the union rep called a meeting with the owner of the company and the guys and myself, since it was my project. And they wanted us to bring back 2 operators and run them at 20 hours apiece per week, instead of 1 operator at 40 hours a week. And I had a problem with that. I said, well, why would we ever do that? Well, because we need 2 guys working instead of just 1 guy. I go, but you're telling 2 guys to live on half their pay instead of 1 guy living on all of his pay and the other guy getting unemployment and trying to go find other work. And the reason is because they wanted double the dues. They were missing out on their dues. So they didn't give a shit that 2 of their guys would have to figure out how to live on half their pay as long as they got their dues. In that aspect, the entitled part, I will agree with you. Having said that, unions are crucial. Unions are what protects workers. Unions are what gave you the 40-hour work week. Union is how you got overtime pay. Union is how you got holiday pay. Unions are how you got weekends off. And unions are the ones that protect jobs. It's these right-to-work states that see job loss. Unions protect that. You have this all backwards.